Welcome to Upper Valley Access, your monthly video magazine. So this month we had the opportunity to highlight stories of particular members of our Upper Valley community. Emily, what did you discover?
Well, we have a new episode of Hawkwatch. Many of you know our host, Bo. He's an Upper Valley Hawk Special Olympics athlete. He took us around the Upper Valley to meet some of the other athletes, learn about where they work, where they love to volunteer, as well as their favorite sports to compete in. And we even got to see some of them compete at the Upper Valley Special Olympics Winter Games.
White River Junction resident Sam Chesney Smith came into our studio and spoke about his experience with prostate cancer. He delivered a brave and courageous PSA about how we can all take preventative measures to protect ourselves and loved ones from the disease. How do we stay true to our own feelings and thoughts and experiences, our own truths, at the same time as we listen to and have compassion for those who have differing opinions, differing experiences? That's a question that I was really concerned about. I have been really concerned about and decided to investigate this month. So I had the opportunity to chat with Becca White, Hartford Select Board member, and Kat Buxton, a community organizer and educator, about their experience with engaging in civil discourse.
First step is saying, okay, I don't know why. I don't know why you feel that way, and I'm not gonna assume that it's these reasons, that maybe you're racist or you're less intelligent or you have some, or you're a man, or you dress a certain way, so I'm gonna assume that this is your opinion. So it's getting rid of those things first, and then being like, I'm curious about why you feel that way, and I actually do want to know. And what can I do to make sure that you know that I'm curious and I'm not coming at it from I want to yell at you or tell you you're wrong. So civil discourse, I definitely think you have to break apart the word. For me, civil is talking with someone in a respectful way, in a way that doesn't make them feel uncomfortable, that makes them feel like they are an equal part in the conversation. And then discourse, it just means having either a conversation, maybe coming to a decision, and also having, when you leave, something new. That's the difference for me between discourse and just a conversation, because in discourse I feel like you're learning new information that can maybe not impact how you think at the moment but down the line, but just a conversation, it's okay, I don't need to take this information anywhere else but our conversation. So it can feel uncomfortable, but it can also feel really, when you get what they're saying and you can relate to it, it's this moment of okay, maybe we do have more in common, or maybe I can listen to you and help you. For example, on the select board, when there's a topic that maybe I have a strong opinion on, and maybe there's a citizen comment or a select board member has another comment, I sit there and I'm like, oh, I really disagree with this, but or oh, I don't like what they're saying, but if I'm cognizant, I say, you know what, you're not always right, and actually listen. It kind of makes you have to couch your expectations of what they're gonna say. When I was at the Woodstock fireworks, the Vermont Republicans had a table, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go introduce myself, because that is a neighborly thing to do. So I went over and I said, oh, it's lovely to meet you. Oh, you're running for this position. That's great. Why? And I asked them, why are you running? Really great reasons. I want to help my community. I want to support the people who are low income. I want to make sure that jobs stay in Vermont. I agree with all of that. And then, of course, I couldn't help myself, and I was like, well, who are you voting for in the national election? Or will you vote for Trump? I think at that point we knew that it was Trump, or most likely going to be President-elect Trump. And I was like, so who are you gonna vote for him? And this one guy was like, yeah, definitely, I'm definitely gonna vote for him. I totally agree with his stance on immigration. I was like, okay, hold on. But you really think he's gonna build a wall? Like, you think that that's gonna happen? And of course, I wasn't being very civil. And he said, no, it's symbolic. It's I feel like my job is threatened because someone else could take it. And when I sat back and heard that, I was like, okay, so in fact, what's happening is when you heard Trump saying build a wall, you heard something completely different than I heard. You heard there's a problem, I'm noticing the problem, and I'm gonna fix the problem, which is immigration that affects jobs for Americans. And what I heard was, I think that Mexicans are stupid, and I hear that we need to keep them out, and that they're not valuable, and they're not equal to Americans. So we heard totally different things from the same exact person, the same exact sentence. But those conversations, the gap that I think you were asking about, is that I don't run into people like that, and I don't necessarily want to talk to a stranger about how they feel about those issues. So the big thing that I learned was that they were just as dedicated to their community as I was, but they had a different experience than I did. People won't talk to you unless they feel like you're actually going to listen. So it's about being open and saying, hey, I want to talk to you about this, or please come find me. And that means talking in a way that isn't, you're not using like mean language. You're not like I say like I care language all the time. Like what you learned in first grade. It's just coming back to that bin and saying, I care, tell me more. Okay, I care, tell me more. So just coming back to that place of I want to listen to you, and making sure they know you want to listen, and you're not there to attack them or make them feel stupid or make them feel racist or to put them in a box, because that's when they don't want to talk to you. When you disagree with someone, know that it's your choice to stay and listen to them. But that if you ever feel uncomfortable, you can walk away. If you're like, actually, no. But I think as especially in this community, as we progress and as we move forward in time, the more you can say, I'm going to stick around for this conversation just a little bit longer. I'm not going to stop. That's how we're going to get to, I think, a greater understanding of each other. It's just saying, okay, I really don't like what you're saying, but I'm still going to listen for at least, I'm going to do it one more minute.
Over the years, Black lives have suffered a horrible history of lower quality healthcare in this country. But that's changing. You can be part of that change. Get checkups. I have prostate cancer, and I don't know if I'll survive this disease. Every 19 minutes, a man dies from prostate cancer. Get screened. I live in Vermont, where the air is fresh. I eat a healthy diet and I exercise regularly. I never thought that I would get this disease. I never knew that as an African American male, I'm in a high-risk group for prostate cancer. Get screened now. If I had known then what I know now, I would have been proactive. but I didn't. It's time, brothers. Get screened and make sure your sons, fathers, and friends do too.
Hi everyone, this is Bo Herron from the Upper Valley Hawks Special Olympics team, and today I'm going to interview a few of my teammates and talk to them about their jobs, community service, and Special Olympics. We're also going to be at Dartmouth Skiway for the winter regional meet, and athletes will also compete in skiing and snowshoeing to qualify for the state games. This is Daniel Murphy. He works here at BJ's, and Daniel and I know each other a long time, since Hartford Middle School. So what is it you do here at BJ's?
So here at BJ's, I am what's called an event specialist. We do live demos throughout the store.
How does it make you feel knowing you have a job to go to every day and that people count on you to be there and do your job?
It feels really good.
Thank you, Daniel Murphy, for taking your time.
Thanks for coming.
You're welcome, and I can't wait to see you at track and field in March.
Same here.
Thank you. So we are here at the Hanover Inn, and right now I'm interviewing Jay Tilson. So before we talk about work, what sports do you participate in as an Upper Valley Hawks?
I do some bowling, and I do some golfing, and sometimes I do some swimming. Usually I have some time for myself.
How long have you been working here at Hanover?
It's been about since late May.
Do you have at least one of your favorites, and why?
That'll be doing room service because I go up to each floor in the inn and grab the trays and bring them down to the kitchen so they can be cleared out.
What type of volunteer work do you do?
Well, I do the comfort cart and escort, and I actually got an award for my volunteer job. It was a gold star for serving 87 people in the hospital. That includes patients and staff.
Holy cow. Well, Jay, thank you for your time for this interview.
You're welcome.
So we are here with Zach Hurd, who works at the Courtyard Cafe at Dartmouth College. And Zach actually has been in the Upper Valley Hawks way longer than I have, and has participated in a lot of events, sports as well. What sports do you compete in now, and what is your favorite?
I compete in basketball and track, and basketball is my favorite one because I get to play with my friends.
What are some of the jobs you do here?
I can be anywhere from the dish room to doing tables and floors, which is cleaning the tables, restocking the coolers.
What do you do volunteering, Zach?
I volunteer at the Hartford Fire Station, like checking the radios and sweeping the floors.
Well, thank you for your time, Zach, and I'm waiting very happy to see you for basketball season.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. So we are here with Rose Kerrigan, and we're doing this interview at the West Hartford Library instead of the College Cafe at Dartmouth Dining because it's very crowded and loud. So Rose, how many hours do you work a week?
I work, when Dartmouth is in section, I work 6 hours a day, Monday through Friday, 30 hours.
Do you do any community services or volunteering?
I volunteer at the Haven with 2 people in the Healthy Eating Program. We make a meal and give people the ingredients to take home and make the meal.
You do a sport every season with the Upper Valley Hawks team, Rose. What is your favorite one?
My favorite is snowshoeing because my friends do it.
Well, Rose, thank you for your time for
You're
this
welcome.
interview, and I'll be seeing you at Dartmouth Skiway tomorrow.
Alright.
Hi, this is Bo Harris, and I'm here at Dartmouth Skiway.
3, 2, 1, go! Okay, this is the last event. Go! Good job, Amanda. Good job right there. Go, 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 good job.
All right, Hunter, keep going. Go, Miranda.
Got it. Got it. Go, go,
Go, Cassie.
go, go.
Good job, Cassie. Yes, huddle up. Stay in line. Put your hand here. All right. Okay, ready?
1, 2, 3.
Fly high, high.
So that's our Winter Hawk Watch of January, everyone. I hope you enjoyed meeting a few of my teammates and going to the skiway. I think it's important for everyone to see that we work, volunteer, and are involved in our community, just like everyone else. We also care about being good citizens, good employees, and being healthy and active. So keep your eyes open, Hawks fans, because the Hawks are everywhere, and fly high, Hawks!
Thanks for joining us on this episode of Upper Valley Access, and please come visit us at the Tip Top Media and Arts Building, 85 North Main Street, White River Junction. Bye. Okay. Okay, that's good.
Like a wimpy rain sliding down the glass, looking into your room, losing grip, I fall to the floor, and the soft hand picks me up to wet her own lips. Lay me down, hold me close through the storm and sing me to sleep.